flow. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Steph is back.
Aww.
Back again. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, May 8th. Hi.
Hi.
Good to have you back.
Good to be back. Thank you. I like that song too.
Haven't seen you since
Friday morning. Yeah.
Friday morning. Yeah. We figured it out.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Well, I missed you too. I was going to say this week has been a little different from last week as far. I feel like it's even hotter, like we're just stepping into summer.
Absolutely. It's the humidity taken up a notch. Now, I think the clouds helped us yesterday, maybe not get quite as uncomfortable, but it sounds like, Justin, today's the day.
Yeah, Steph has the right dress on. It matches all my weather maps. This is where we're going.
14, blazing orange.
Yes. This is where we're headed this afternoon. Temperatures are going to be blazing high. Yesterday, we almost made it to 90. Today, I feel fairly certain we're going to be above that mark. So this is what we're thinking. 93 here in San Antonio. Places like Pearsall will be up around 98, Uvalde 98. And a lot of this is going to depend on the dry line, because as it moves closer to the area, we'll get some drier air out west, which will really bring temperatures up. But here in San Antonio, 93, that's going to be paired with some pretty good humidity. And so a heat index is a real problem and a real issue later today. I think it'll feel like 99 outside by the afternoon. And we're not going to have much of a breeze either. So this is one of those situations where it's just kind of stifling hot outside. That puts us in a very high category when it comes to heat and humidity, so beware. As you look outside, it looks a little dreary there. We may get a little bit of drizzle here and there. It looks like we're getting some there at 410 and I-10. But the heat index, as we said, near 100, not only today, but tomorrow too. I think tomorrow has the potential to see that heat index maybe even jump over 100 degrees. And then the question will be, will we get some storms tomorrow afternoon? There is a small window and a small chance for it. The odds aren't great, but if we were to see a storm, it could be strong to severe. So that is something we're going to watch. And then finally, the bigger news here, cooler weather. Thank goodness, front finally arrives late tomorrow, and that brings a change for Friday and into the weekend. The weekend looks pretty good. We'll have some rain chances. All right, let's switch gears a little bit and go over to traffic, and we're going to take a look at the TransGuide here. This is 90 at Couples. There was construction. It looks like they're actually picking this up, and things are starting to get a little bit better. Just within the last, honestly, 5 minutes, we've seen traffic start to get better there and move a little quicker. So that tells us that maybe construction is being picked up. That is down there as you're coming inbound into downtown. There still is a slowdown right there at Couples. But it looks to be improving. And then the other issue, which is also construction driven, is there along I-35 northbound, which this is an everyday occurrence, but we'll show it to you again. Some slowdowns from Windcrest all the way up to 1604 if you're heading out of town northbound on I-35. Guys?
Thank you, Justin. A 42-year-old man is now in jail after San Antonio police say he shot a teenager. Now, Victor Castro Aponte is facing 2 charges in connection to that incident: aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and failure to identify to a peace officer. Now, if you remember, this happened at noon last Wednesday near the intersection of San Pedro and Oblate on the north side. Now, police say Castro Aponte got into a fight with that 19-year-old man when he drove away, then came back with a gun and shot the teen in the back. The teen suffered non-life-threatening injuries and Castro Aponte ran off. He was arrested on Saturday, and records show he's in the Bexar County Jail with an ICE detainer and will appear in court early next month.
This morning, San Antonio police trying to figure out why 2 people were shot and killed in the parking lot of the Park North Shopping Center.
Our John Paul Barajas checked to see if the area is a trouble spot for crime.
In the early hours of Sunday morning, police and homicide investigators swarmed the Park North Shopping Center after 2 men in their 20s were shot and killed.
It's really scary. It makes me more afraid, just in general, to be out and about anywhere.
Police haven't shared many details about the case, but they tell us they are investigating it as a capital murder. People who visit the area often say they're surprised about what happened.
It usually feels pretty safe, yeah. Like, I think it's just pretty busy around here, and sometimes there's all different kinds of crowds that roll through here.
Thing is, in the last few weeks, people have called 911 complaining about violent incidents there. Things like shootings, fights, assaults, and disturbances.
There's
And when we look back at all the times people called SAPD to the area in the last year, we notice numerous and a wide-ranging amount of incidents.
Look at the list and how long it goes down.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Since June of 2023, there have been 27 calls for disturbances, 21 for car burglaries, 15 for assaults, 15 for fights or fights involving guns, and 9 for shootings. But keep in mind, some calls might have been for the same issues.
It leaves me to think I need to take more responsibility for making sure that my things are secure, making sure that my people I care about, and that I'm secure.
We asked SAPD if Park North is an area of concern. This time, we're still waiting to hear back. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Well, you may soon have to pay more if you don't conserve as much water as the San Antonio water system wants you to. San Antonio is under stage 2 water restrictions, and that means people here can only use their sprinkler systems once a week. However, SAW says the current restrictions just are not working, so it's thinking about increasing penalties for people who keep violating drought restrictions. It may tell everyone to pull back to watering just twice a month.
So we think a logical alternative is to have a new stage 3 that imposes a high use surcharge only on the top 5% users, asks them to rein it in a bit.
This is not in effect just yet, and the SAW's Board of Trustees and the San Antonio City Council still have to approve the proposed changes, and that may not happen until next month.
This morning, Michigan's governor is declaring a state of emergency due to the severe weather that hit the area. Multiple tornadoes touched down, ripping apart buildings, scattering debris, and leaving tens of thousands without power. Tornadoes were also spotted overnight in parts of Indiana and Ohio. The same storm system already spawned at least 19 tornadoes across the plains, killing one person in Oklahoma.
This morning, we are getting more information about a shipment of ammunition from the U.S. to Israel that was paused last week. This shipment includes 1,800 bombs weighing 2,000 pounds and 1,700 bombs weighing 500 pounds. According to a U.S. official, it was withheld over concerns about their potential use in a Rafah incursion. The official said the devastating impact of the 2,000-pound bombs is the biggest concern, especially on a densely populated area. Israeli leaders have warned for weeks that an invasion of Rafah will occur at some point in the future, where more than 1 million civilians are sheltering. The U.S. and others have publicly stated that such a ground operation should not occur.
Well, now to the dramatic new details from former President Donald Trump's ongoing hush money trial in New York. As
ABC's N. Wynn reports, adult film star Stormy Daniels faced the ex-president for the first time since their alleged encounter more than a decade ago.
The most explosive testimony so far in former President Trump's hush money trial, adult film star Stormy Daniels sharing in graphic detail her alleged encounter with Trump back in 2006. She testified they met at a celebrity golf outing in California when she was 27 and he was 60, and he invited her to dinner in his hotel suite. She said they talked for hours, and at one point she went to the bathroom and came out to find Trump on the bed in his boxer shorts and t-shirt. She said she was startled and, despite being interrupted by Trump's lawyer multiple times, testified in graphic detail about having sex with Trump. Trump's lawyer calling for a mistrial, saying Daniels' testimony was extraordinarily prejudicial, but the judge denied the request. A court transcript of a sidebar conversation now reveals Trump was visibly agitated. Judge Juan Merchan telling Trump's attorney, "I understand that your client is upset, but he is cursing audibly and he is shaking his head. It has the potential to intimidate the witness." Trump's attorney responding, "I will talk to him."
They don't have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt they had sex. They have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the checks were cut, that it was decided to put it in the book improperly.
Daniels describing the payoff, a $130,000 hush money arrangement to Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, just weeks before the 2016 election. She said the deal was motivated out of fear, not money. On cross-examination, Trump's lawyer trying to paint Daniels as a lying opportunist who hates Trump. Daniels saying this has cost her a lot and that she wants Trump to be held accountable.
It's a disaster. This whole case is just a disaster.
Trump has pleaded not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records in connection to this case. Daniels' testimony resumes on Thursday. M. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
And KSAT has made the change to Next Gen TV, and we know some people are still trying to figure it all out. So we've been taking calls to help people make the change. And that phone bank will reopen today at noon. So in the meantime, if you need help, please visit help.ksat.com. You can also scan the QR code on your screen right now. That will take you to a section of our website dedicated to all you need to know about our Next Gen TV switch.
10 minutes past the hour, 76 degrees.
They've been wishing that Apple would put out 4 new iPads. Well, then you're in luck. 4, wow. We're going to show you the new models just ahead.
And next, an exclusive look at a potentially groundbreaking new alternative to weight loss medication.
Let's look out there with live cam. Yes, a little humid this morning, 76 degrees, and yeah, probably going to be hot.
Sprinkles this morning coming in?
I did not. I did not, but I did face the humidity.
And 90 in Couples, the lens is covered in sprinkles.
Yeah, so be careful for that. And Highway 90 at Couples area. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's 5:14. Well, an alternative to weight loss medications is being called a potential game changer. ABC's Ariel Reshef has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an exclusive look at a potentially groundbreaking new alternative to weight loss medication.
For patients who might be afraid of surgery, this may be more acceptable.
It's called endoscopic ablation. Dr. McGowan says in a limited study of 10 patients that it has resulted in decreased appetite and weight loss. Brooke Nelson is one of the first to have undergone this trial. She says the results have been nothing short of remarkable.
I want to eat more nutrient-dense foods, and I feel like it definitely jump-started with the procedure.
Nelson losing 26 pounds over 6 months. Dr. McGowan says the results of the study indicate, on average, patients reduce their overall weight by 7%. And we'll have much more on this potential weight loss game changer coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
5:15, 76 degrees.
Well, a new partnership between Instacart and Uber Eats will make getting food delivered a little easier. We'll tell you how.
Things have improved at 90 and Couples right now. We had some leftover construction that was backing traffic up a little bit. But things seem to be flowing. We do have some moisture out there in the form of very light drizzle. Justin's Wednesday forecast coming up.
Dad, are you certain this is going to work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Breathing Claritin Clear is like
All the pretty girls walk
feeling the breeze instead of feeling congested. Fast relief of allergies with nasal congestion so you can breathe better. Claritin plus decongestant. Live Claritin Clear.
I'm adding Downy Unstoppables to my wash. Now I'll be smelling fresh all day long. Still fresh.
So fresh. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection. Try for under $5.
Welcome back. 5:18. Apple has unveiled 4 new iPad models. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple's new iPads. 2 iPad Pros, 11 and 13-inch versions, were introduced at Apple's big event yesterday. Both feature the new M4 chip. 2 new iPad Airs also debuted. The Pro iPads start at about $1,000. The Airs start at about $600. They ship next week. And Google just unveiled its new Pixel smartphone, bringing generative AI features to more users, including photo and video editing capabilities. The Pixel 8a will also come with access to the Gemini chatbot, has a 64-megapixel wide-angle camera, and costs about $500. And finally, rivals in the food delivery market are teaming up. Instacart is adding a restaurants tab to its app. Those orders will be delivered by Uber Eats in a partnership, all in response to the food delivery competition from Amazon, Target, and Walmart. Let's also hope this is another avenue for drivers to make more money. Those are your Tech Bites.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, it's all right.
Something just popped up right now on TransGuide, and I think this is a brand new collision coming. Did you see that one on there?
Yeah, 410 and I-35, which is not an area where we need a collision because it's already congested. But you know, what's interesting about this shot, guys, is that it looks kind of foggy out there. And I think we're starting to see some fog settle in. We'll show you the visibility here in just a second, but let's get out to TransGuide. There's I-35 north at 410. It's hard to really make out exactly what's going on here, but we are getting a report of a collision, and that could be a tow truck. I mean, I don't know. It's just it's hard to see there.
Yeah, they're trying to zoom,
putting the wipers on for us.
Moisture on the lens is making focusing difficult.
Yeah, there we go. We appreciate it, TransGuide, always helping us out there. But you can see traffic is pretty much on a standstill due to this crash, and there's already some backups here along I-35 due to construction as well. So let's look at the map here very quickly. That issue we had over on 90, that's kind of cleared up, but there along I-35 is where we're getting some slowdowns in that collision again right there at 410 and I-35 near Windcrest. We'll keep an eye on it. That's the one issue we have now, but this definitely goes to show you there's some moisture out there. Let's switch over to the weather maps, and I'll show you that here on our live cam we can see just some of the hazy conditions, some of the fog, and perhaps some of that drizzle now starting to come down. We've seen this last couple mornings, although this looks like it's just a little bit more than we've seen, say, compared to yesterday. You may start to see some of these damp roads. 76 degrees in San Antonio, 77 New Braunfels, 76 Pleasanton. Winds out of the south and southeast for the most part, and that just continues to bring in all this moisture. It has been so humid, and this is the end result. Look at visibility's coming down here. Castroville down to 3/4 of a mile. Kerrville 2 miles, 1 3/4 there around Hondo. So far, San Antonio doing okay, but you saw in some of those TransGuide shots, there's some drizzle coming down just about anywhere you go. Now, the other big story today is going to be the heat. We're expecting temperatures to make their way up to 93 this afternoon, which is hot, sure, but you factor in the humidity and it's going to feel so much worse. You get out west where the air is going to be a little bit drier, we could be talking triple digits. I have no doubt that places like Eagle Pass, Carrizo Springs, some of the hottest places in the country today, just to give you some perspective. As we get into tomorrow, could be a little bit worse. We're going to have a front moving in, but it doesn't get here until tomorrow evening. So before that happens, we're going to see temperatures in the mid-90s here in San Antonio and more triple digits out west. On top of all that, as we said, the humidity is there. So we got a high of 93 in San Antonio today, feels like 99. We got a high of 95 tomorrow, feels like 100. We've got today and tomorrow to deal with this heat, and then thankfully and finally we get a front through, and this cools us down, takes away any sort of heat index, and cools us down into the 80s. Let me show you the forecast here very quickly for today. Not much in the way of rain. Again, that dry line sets up, but I don't think we get anything along the dry line. But as we get into tomorrow, as our front sinks south, we could see a storm or two tomorrow afternoon. Now, I think the odds of that are pretty low, but we have a couple of computer models that are showing a couple of storms along this front. If we were to get a storm, it could be strong to severe, so it's worth watching. It's just that the odds of it happening are low. Then by Friday morning, we're in the cooler air. By the way, the Storm Prediction Center does have San Antonio right on the edge of the severe potential with higher odds up I-35 from Austin to Dallas, and that is along that front tomorrow. Then in the wake of the front, we're going to fast forward here to Friday at 5 o'clock. Could see a couple of showers around the area, but I think the better odds of rain are going to come over the weekend. Saturday, 20% chance. And then on Sunday for Mother's Day, I know this is not ideal, but we have a little better shot at some showers and maybe a couple of storms. Could be a little bit damp, especially by Sunday afternoon. So we have put rain chances at 30% on Sunday. That's our highest odds there in the 7-day forecast. But thankfully, 83 Friday, 79 Saturday, 80 on Sunday. That feels so much better, and you see the rain chances there with temperatures warming back up next week. We'll be right back.
The Minions are back and stronger than ever, and Michelle Yeoh lands her next role.
CNN's Rick Damagella has more in the Hollywood Minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, our new secret weapon, the Mega Minions.
The Minions get an upgrade. The beloved creatures gain superpowers in the upcoming sequel, Despicable Me 4. Fans will get to see them take on a new supervillain when the animated film hits theaters on July 3rd. Michelle Yeoh heads to the future. The actress is set to star in a Blade Runner series for Amazon Prime Video. The Oscar winner will lead the cast of Blade Runner 2099, which will serve as a sequel to the two hit films. Herb Alpert honors a new collection of artists. The 10 recipients of the 2024 Herb Alpert Award in the Arts have been announced, celebrating creatives who are transforming art in their respective disciplines. The legendary trumpeter explains why he created the prize.
This instrument has changed my life dramatically, and I'd like to give other people a chance to be able to have that same experience. So the awards were kind of the genesis was started with that type of feeling that I had.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
528, 76 degrees.
Well, it's one of those, if it's too good to be true, it probably is kind of stories. Up next, why you need to be on the lookout for some counterfeit doses of Botox that are flooding our local communities.
And teens can have a very tough time adjusting once they age out of the foster care system. Ahead on GMSA at 6 this morning, how one Texas organization is trying to change that. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday. It is May 8th.
That's right. Thanks for joining us. And I can't help. Okay, you put it back. It's funny.
Yeah.
Justin's actually pulling double duty today.
Yes.
And he had the weather clicker and then the traffic.
Oh, you got both right there. Yeah.
The traffic
I'll keep them
clicker.
straight, in theory. We'll hope.
You're prepared.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, let's first take a look at what's going on outside. We got some fog and drizzle and just, the damp weather we are so very used to around here. It's been a good week of this, honestly. You see the visibility is down in places like Port SA, Castroville, Bernie Stage 1 at the 3/4 mile there. Now, visibilities are starting to come down around San Antonio. We're noticing that on a lot of the TransGuide cameras, so beware. Fog may settle in. There's going to be some of that light mist and drizzle, and it makes the roads slick. When it mixes with some of that oil, it always causes a few problems when it's this light. So be careful out there. Know that there could be some slick spots and some places where visibility gets a little bit lower. Let's take a look at the pollen count. This was yesterday's number. Molds were moderate at 640. Pine, grass, pecan were all there. But molds have been the consistent issue with as much moisture as we have had around the area. Forecast highs today. Temperatures will be in the mid-90s, low to mid-90s this afternoon, but there will be some triple digits out west. It's going to be a really hot day for portions of the Rio Grande, but even here in San Antonio. When you factor in that humidity, it's going to feel a little bit warmer. Now, the good news here in all of this is we do have a front on the way. That moves through Thursday night, Friday morning, and that brings dew points down, most importantly, but also the temperatures too. So, yes, it will feel a lot better, I promise, by the time we get into Friday and Saturday. We just got to get through today and tomorrow. All right, let's switch gears and go back over to traffic. And it's 35 at 410. That's the real issue right now. We're seeing traffic being constricted down to what looks like one lane there. I'm not sure if this is a stall or it actually came in as a collision there at 35 at 410. Either way, this is going to cause some big backups. We already had construction issues here, so this is causing even more headaches. We do have a stall just west of downtown. That's not causing many issues, but it's this area right here, 410 along I-35, where we are seeing the biggest issues. We'll continue to keep an eye on that. Thankfully, it's just orange there on the map, not red, so that indicates traffic's still moving, just not very quickly, guys.
Thank you, sir. Top story this morning happening today in the 37th District Court. The murder trial for Rogelio Mujica begins later this morning. According to an arrest warrant, he's accused of fatally shooting Annette Juarez on March 2nd, 2019, while she sat in the passenger side of her vehicle. Investigators say the vehicle was found abandoned along Highway 90 on the west side by a passerby, and Juarez's body was still inside. The two had an on and off relationship, and Mujica had a history of family violence. If he is found guilty, he also faces up to life in prison.
A former Bexar County Sheriff's Office lieutenant who lost her job after she posted selfies outside of the U.S. Capitol during the January 6th riot just won a $395,000 settlement with the county. And that comes nearly 18 months after she filed a federal lawsuit accusing the county and Sheriff Javier Salazar of violating her First Amendment rights. She was fired for violating department rules, including conduct unbecoming of an officer and failing to report crimes. Now, we did ask Sheriff Javier Salazar for a statement on that settlement. He says he still stands by the department's actions.
ERCOT issuing a weather watch for today as the heat cranks up. The agency, which monitors the Texas electric grid, issued the watch because it expects higher demand and the potential for lower power reserves. However, at the same time, ERCOT also said grid conditions are expected to be normal. You can look at grid conditions in real time on ERCOT.com.
TikTok is suing the federal government. The social media company is trying to block a law that would force the short video app or ban it. Now, the company argues that the law violates the U.S. Constitution on a number of grounds, including violating First Amendment free speech protections. The law signed by President Biden gives ByteDance until January to sell TikTok or face a ban. The White House has said it wants to see Chinese-based ownership ended on national security grounds, but not a ban on TikTok.
If you're planning on flying around the country next year, you may need to hear this. The Department of Homeland Security says its 2025 Real ID deadline for new licenses is real this time. Originally, the deadline was back in 2020, but that was pushed back. We had COVID going on, all sorts of things. You have until May 7th of 2025 to make sure your state-issued driver's license is Real ID compliant. If you fail to do so, you won't be able to board flights or access federal facilities. This morning, an alert for people who use injections to remove wrinkles on the face. Watch out for counterfeit doses that are flooding communities across the nation, including right here in Texas.
The Center for Disease Control sent a warning about the harmful reaction that is linked to fake Botox. Our Patty Santos is here with a look at some of the questions that consumers should be asking.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, this is really a warning for those who use what's called backroom Botox, or in other words, clinics that are not certified. Some patients are coming down with botulism-like illnesses, which is people experiencing muscle paralysis. The Centers for Disease Control says the bad batch of counterfeit Botox has hit 11 states with 22 cases, including Tennessee, Texas, and Colorado. Dr. Anton Fries with UT Health San Antonio says there are federal and state regulations for clinicians that administer cosmetic procedures. He says the majority of legitimate offices are safe. The warning, he says, is for those folks who are trying to find cheaper services in makeshift clinics. And it's not just women looking for this service.
The price of Botox varies from provider to provider and dose to dose. But certainly, if something seems too good to be true, then it probably is too good to be true.
And here are some more extreme symptoms for those who use this fake injection might see. They might see blurred or doubled vision, difficulty swallowing, dry mouth, or constipation, weakness, shortness of breath. And the CDC says these are similar symptoms to botulism, which can be a fatal attack to the nervous system. Most of the patients were women from 25 to 59 years old. But by the way, on the side note, for men who use these injections, it's called Botox. It's a play on word for the name brand. The American Society of Plastic Surgeons says the injections have become more popular among men as well. Guys?
Thank you, Patty. 538, 76 degrees.
Up next, how a new project out at the Old Republic Golf Course will soon serve generations of San Antonians.
Outside with live cam, very humid. We've got some drizzle in some spots right now. Kind of hard to tell in this shot right now, but we have seen on camera lenses around town. Still have an accident working northbound 35 at 410 on the northeast side, not too far from Walsham Road. We'll get an update coming up. 541 and other local news this morning. An Arboretum project that will connect people with nature and provide educational opportunities is now moving forward.
Tiffany Huertas takes us to the Old Republic Golf Course, where instead of clubs and tees, it will be known for its trees.
Great societies are built by men and women who plant trees under which shade they shall never sit. And so we're going to be planting all these trees, and my lifetime's just a small fraction of that, but that shade will be our children's children's.
It's a project that will serve generations of San Antonians. Thomas Corser took us around this golf course that is transforming into a nature destination.
It was a perfect spot for Arboretum. It has a lot of trees, it has water, it has 4 miles of cart paths on the property.
Corser is the CEO of Arboretum San Antonio, that is located in the heart of San Antonio's historic southeast side.
We purchased it in November of last year, by a partnership with Brooks. They invested $1 million in the land, and we also bought a $2 million worth of property here as well, for a total of 188 acres. And by funding from the county, we got $7.3 million.
The space will also be used for scientific and educational purposes. About 140 trees were planted here about 2 weeks ago. Why is that so important?
It's important because we've got a responsibility as an arboretum to show San Antonio and South Texas the breadth of native trees that can be planted here.
The project is moving forward. The master planning kicks off tomorrow.
Once planning's done, we'll get into design, and then we'll do construction.
While they are a few years away from opening up to the public, Corser and his team continue to study and explore the space. Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Time now, it's 5:43 and 76 degrees for now.
Well, Steph said this pup looked like it had a tiny little mohawk because of that patch on its head. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more on this pup that needs a good home over at the Animal Defense League.
Well, this is, all puppies are cute, but look at this one with this little black dot right on her head, hence the name. Felicia's here from the Animal Defense League. Who
Dottie.
Dottie.
Miss Dottie. And she is definitely a puppy. She is in that chewing stage right now. So definitely be ready if you are looking to adopt a puppy or a kitty. Make sure that you are ready to have a new baby in your home.
Yes, indeed. I mean,
lots of toys.
You'll be up in the middle of the night with a crying baby and take them out potty training and all that stuff, but it's definitely worth it because, boy, put her in the backyard and she's going to make a great running partner, walking partner, play with the kids.
A little snuggle buddy, right? You're going to hang out on the couch.
Indeed. So,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hair, easy to take care of.
Yes.
Lots of extra skin. And she's going to be a decent sized dog. What, 40, maybe 50-ish?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And she has pretty blue eyes also. So she is such a cutie, and she is available. As soon as someone comes by and falls in love with her, she's ready to go.
And you're feisty and you're waking up too.
She is,
so
yeah.
What you got going on?
Well, you know, we always need volunteer help. So whether you want to come out and take photos of our pets, help with videos, putting some videos together so we can put out there on social media or on our website for potential adopters, helping with writing descriptions. Maybe you're a creative writer or you love, you know, just making up fun puns, or, you know, spending time with our babies like this one here, you know, going into the kennels, helping to, I know it's not the most glamorous job, but helping to clean is helpful for sure for our staff. But if there's something in particular that you're interested in, definitely let our volunteer manager know, and she will put you in the best spot possible at the Animal Defense League so that you can help all of us out.
Maybe you're good at office type, you know, stuff, that kind of, you know, the clerical things too. So yeah, anything will help out. Obviously, fosters are always in need on top of that. So if you want to find out about all the opportunities over there, and kids can get volunteer hours as well, just head on over to the Animal Defense League. 11300 Nacogdoches is the main campus, or the Paul Jolly Center right there across from the zoo. 655-1481 or adltexas.org. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
A cutie.
Right.
So the traffic vibe this morning is not looking good so far.
Oh, no. Great. Here we have another problem.
Yeah, this is a new one. This is 281 at Jones-Maltzberger, roughly right around the quarry area. It looks like we've just got one lane getting through right now as they navigate around this crash. This is the camera from 281 at the quarry, but it's looking a little bit north. Now, this is northbound 281, and traffic is starting to stack. And you can see what looks like a vehicle of some sort just under the sign there. If you look at the Jones-Maltzberger sign just underneath there. So that's what cars and vehicles are trying to get around. We'll keep an eye on that. We still have that issue up around I-35. Where there is a truck there on the shoulder, and so this is slowing things down. I tracked some of the speeds, and we're talking anywhere from 12 to 15 miles per hour. So it's a slow go northbound 35 from Windcrest up to 1604. And this is that new crash. Now, we're not seeing any slowdowns on our maps here, but just visually seeing that on TransGuide, you're going to start to see some yellows and reds show up there on 281 northbound. All things we're tracking this morning, in addition to a little bit of drizzle on the roadways too. So it could be a little bit slick out there. And right now, temperatures are in the 70s. We got 76 degrees at the airport, dew point 74. So that temperature and dew point close together, that's a good recipe for fog and drizzle and mist. South-southeasterly winds at about 11 miles per hour right now. Visibility is at 5 miles. So we're still doing okay at the airport, but we noticed that there are some spots west of San Antonio where visibilities are really starting to come down. Boerne Stage down to about a mile. Castroville 3/4 of a mile. Hondo 1 3/4 there. Port SA is down to 2.5. So that number continues to drop. Our forecast today: clouds early. Humid 70s, and then we make our way up into the 80s. 82 noontime, mostly cloudy, and then we'll be up around 92 or 93 this afternoon. The problem with this is that it stays humid in San Antonio, so 93 feels more like 99. If you're going to be working outside today, it's one of those days that could sneak up on you. You know, it's still May, so we're not kind of in that summer mode just yet. But if you're going to be outside for any length of time, be careful. With those kind of temperatures, it can get dangerous. Here's a look at the forecast. So we got a dry line in play today. West of that dry line, you get some pretty dry air. East, it stays humid. San Antonio, I think, stays on the humid side. But where we get the really dry air, temperatures likely soar into the triple digits. So places like Del Rio, Eagle Pass, triple digits in your forecast. For San Antonio, as we showed you, 90s, but it'll feel like it's in the triple digits because of that humidity. Dry line scoots back off to the west by tomorrow morning. Then we start to watch for a frontal boundary. Dry line comes back into play tomorrow, but it's along the front, I think, where we could see a storm or two tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. This is actually 10 o'clock tomorrow. This model does show a storm or two along the front. Now, if we were to get a storm, I think the odds of seeing rain are low, but if we were to get a storm, it could be strong to severe, and that is something we'll watch. Front scoots through, and thankfully on Friday, we finally get some cooler air, some drier air, and it's just overall going to be much nicer to be outside. Here's the severe weather risk tomorrow. We're on the edge of things, southern edge. Really the better odds of seeing storms are going to be up along I-35. So Austin, Temple, Waco, up to Dallas, Fort Worth is where we could see some of those heftier storms. But we will certainly keep an eye on the radar tomorrow because it will be very unstable. So yes, if a storm gets going, it could be strong. Futurecast showing that cooler air Friday. And then I'm going to take you into Saturday here, and we're starting to see some more showers creep back in. And then by the time we get into Sunday, I know it's Mother's Day, but it looks like we'll have a little better chance for some showers and maybe a storm as some energy comes through. So moms have the umbrella ready on Sunday. Unfortunately, that's just the way it's looking. But at least we're giving you some cooler weather. 83 Friday, 79 Saturday, 80 on Sunday with a 30% chance of rain. Next couple days, toasty,
yes,
to say the least.
Okay, well, we can handle that kind of toasty, I guess, before the triple-digit toasty.
Yeah, at least we got a front on the 7-day forecast. So there's
that. True. Thank you, Justin.
5:53, 76 degrees.
Look at your winning lotto numbers. Pick 3, 5, 5, 5, Fireball 6, Daily 4, 8, 1, 6, 9, Fireball 0.
Cash 5 numbers 10, 13, 25, 29, 31. And Mega Millions. Jackpot's way up there right now. 26, 28, 36, 63, 66. Mega Ball 15, Mega Plier 3. Good luck. Get your tickets now for our first ever Texas Eats Food Festival. It's this Saturday, May 11th, the Smoke Barbecue. The event benefits the San Antonio Food Bank. Scan the QR code on your screen for easy access to tickets or go to TexasEatsTV.com for more information. Well, coming up in the next hour, GMSA, we're looking at the new rules for watering your plants. The changes SAWS is proposing as summer heats up here in South Central Texas. Plus, you need to be on the lookout for some counterfeit doses of Botox flooding local communities. Patty Santos is back to tell us why. And teens can have a tough time adjusting, especially after they age out of the foster care system. Up next, how one group is trying to change that, and more importantly, how you might be able to help. TransGuide, we've got a variety of problems this morning, and Justin was just telling me this is some sort of trailer that is jackknifed on 281 near the quarry. Which direction is that, Justin? Northbound 281 at the quarry. So slow going there, slow going construction on Highway 90 right now. And we still have that traffic accident out there affecting traffic on northbound 35 at 410.
Good morning, Rise and Shine. It is very humid out there and kind of misty in some areas, so just be aware of that. Of course, we're going to be checking in with Justin to see what the rain chances may be coming into the weekend.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Sure does. Good morning, everybody. It is 6 a.m. on your Wednesday, May 8th.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you've had a good week so far, and maybe an early start with the sprinkles on the road and with the traffic troubles we're seeing on the TransGuide problems.
Yeah, 100% based on what we've seen over the last hour or so. Give yourself a few extra minutes. Justin is pulling double duty today, traffic and weather, so he's the busiest guy in the building right now.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. You guys are staying busy too. But you know, one thing about it is you're right about the drizzle and the mist. We've got that out there, so that's going to make for some slick conditions, as you guys pointed out, so be careful. Temperatures are going to be another big story this afternoon. We'll be up around 93 here in San Antonio. That's going to feel hotter than that because of all the humidity we have in place. 98 Pearsall, 103 Carrizo Springs, 94 in Kerrville today. These are the air temperatures. But then, yes, you've got to factor in the humidity, and this is what it will feel like, 99 this afternoon. And as I just said a little bit earlier, this is one of those days that can kind of sneak up on you. You know, we're used to the summertime heat once we get into the summer, but in May, we're not quite there yet. So if you're going to be working outdoors today or working out in the yard, take it easy. This is the kind of heat that will catch up to you quickly. Weather headlines. So yes, the heat index will be 100 plus, not only today, but I think again tomorrow too. So we got 2 more hot days before we finally get some relief. Cold front comes through. With that cold front, there's a small window for some storms tomorrow. We'll watch for that, but I think the bigger story will be the cooler weather. It finally brings a change to us Friday through the weekend. And on top of that, we got some more rain chances by Saturday into Sunday. We'll talk more about that here in just a few minutes. But let's switch gears and talk traffic now. Steph and Mark alluded to it. There is a crash there on 281 at the quarry. And I think what we're looking at there is it's a jackknife trailer, a truck carrying one of those trailers. And you can see it's taken up several lanes there. They're working to get this cleared. But the way it looks to me is you're only getting 1 lane by there. And this is northbound 281. This is the camera at the quarry, but this is at that Jones-Maltzberger exit. So this is going to start to cause some backups. Already has, as we look at the map, and we'll zoom in a little bit closer. Where you see that red color, that means traffic is just crawling along. And we're seeing that stretch back now to Bassey Road. And as you know, that area right there, there's not a lot of exits once traffic backs up past Bassey Road, so this could really stack up quickly. That is something you want to be aware of this morning. We've also got what looks like a stalled truck or some sort of incident that's taking up a lane there along I-35 at 410 as well, and this has caused major backups there this morning on top of construction. So those are the 2 incidents we have out there right now. We'll keep an eye out on if anything else pops up. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. Seeing a few new this morning, investigators are hoping you can help them track down the suspect involved in the deadly shooting of a teenage boy. Police tell a 16-year-old Humberto Perales and a friend were walking on a West Side street back in October of 2022 when the passenger in a red Dodge Charger got out of the vehicle with a rifle and shot at the 2 boys. Perales was hit and died at the hospital. Call Crime Stoppers if you have any information. That number is 210-224-STOP.
Now to an active silver alert from the Houston area. The Harris County Sheriff's Office is searching for 73-year-old Richard Greer. Authorities tell us that he's 5'10", 190 pounds, and was wearing a blue checkered shirt and blue jeans with no shoes. Greer vanished last night around 10 p.m. in Friendswood near Houston. He was driving a green 2002 Mercedes S-Class with Texas license plate CRR 8644. So if you have any information, you are asked to call the number on your screen right now, and that's 713-755-7427.
A 42-year-old man now in jail after San Antonio police say he shot a teenager last week. Victor Castro Aponte is facing 2 charges in connection with that incident. Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and failure to identify to a peace officer happened around noon last Wednesday at the intersection of San Pedro and Oblate on the north side. Now, police say Castro Aponte got into a fight with that 19-year-old when he drove away, then came back with a gun, and they say he shot the teenager in the back. The teen suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Castro Aponte ran off and was arrested Saturday. Records show he will appear in court early next month.
San Antonio police have tracked down an armored truck that was robbed yesterday afternoon. However, they are still looking for a third suspect in that case. The truck was robbed on Walsham Road around 1 p.m. and police tracked down the man and woman suspected in that robbery to a neighborhood in Schertz a few hours later. The truck and the money were recovered. However, a third suspect who helped is still out there. If you know anything about that suspect, you are asked to call the San Antonio Police Department.
Bexar County Sheriff's deputies are looking for the rightful owners of all the stuff you're about to see here. Initially, a BCSO official said deputies followed a tracker on a stolen generator when they stumbled upon a lot of other stolen items. The stuff was behind a home on Campsite Road in the southern part of the county. Deputies detained 2 people, but it's unclear if they're accused of stealing all those items. In your morning headlines, the government's push to potentially ban TikTok in the U.S. has hit a new roadblock.
As ABC's Andrea Fujii tells us, it's not the first time the company who owns it has filed a lawsuit in America.
This morning, TikTok fighting back, suing the government over a potential U.S. ban.
TikTok is suing the United States government over the ban. And can I just say, on behalf of all of us, thank you. Thank you. Someone had to do it.
The social media platform and its Chinese parent company, ByteDance, claim the proposed ban is unconstitutional and bars every American from participating in a unique online community with more than 1 billion people worldwide. President Biden signed a law last month that would ban TikTok unless it's sold to a non-Chinese buyer in 9 to 12 months. Congressional leaders and the FBI have warned China's government may be able to use TikTok to control software on its 170 million users' devices.
And they said, we want you to put out videos that make Americans fight with each other or spread conspiracy theories and get them at each other's throat. ByteDance can't go to Chinese court and fight the Communist Party. They would have to do it.
That's my understanding.
But TikTok denies any security risk.
I have seen no evidence that the Chinese government has access to that data.
The new lawsuit also argues selling the app so quickly would not be feasible due to what would be its huge price tag and the sophisticated code and algorithm that underpins the app. Google's former CEO, who once considered buying TikTok, says the app should not be banned.
My own view of TikTok is that TikTok is not really social media, it's really television. And that you can regulate television by the equivalent of the equal time rule, but somehow we're not having that conversation.
But a new poll finds most Americans, 53%, support banning TikTok if it's not sold. This is not the first time ByteDance has filed a lawsuit in the U.S. It sued the state of Montana last year because of a similar ban, and a federal judge ruled in favor of TikTok and blocked the law. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
In other headlines this morning, Michigan's governor is declaring a state of emergency due to severe weather that hit that area. Multiple tornadoes touched down, ripping apart buildings, leaving tens of thousands without power. Tornadoes were also spotted overnight in parts of Indiana and Ohio. The same storm system already spawned at least 19 tornadoes across the plains, killing 1 person in Oklahoma.
We are getting more information about a shipment of ammunition from the U.S. to Israel that was paused last week. That shipment includes 1,800 bombs weighing 2,000 pounds and 1,700 bombs weighing 500 pounds. Now, according to a U.S. official, it was withheld over concerns about their potential use in a Rafah incursion. The official said the devastating impact of the 2,000-pound bombs is the biggest concern, especially on a densely populated area. Israeli leaders have warned for weeks that an invasion of Rafah will occur at some point in the future, where more than 1 million civilians are sheltering. The U.S. and others have publicly stated that such a ground operation should not happen.
Back here at home, KSAT made the change to next-gen TV this week, and we know some people are still trying to figure it all out. We've been taking calls for days, helping people make the change, and our phone bank continues today at noon.
In the meantime, if you need help, you can visit help.ksat.com. You can also scan the QR code. It will take you to a section of our website dedicated to all you need to know about our next-gen TV switch.
609, 76 degrees.
The teens can have a tough time adjusting once they age out of the foster care system. After the break, how one Texas organization is trying to change that and how you can help.
Outside with live cam, summer rules apply today. If you're going to be outdoors, especially in the mid to late afternoon hours, you're going to want to hydrate and wear sunscreen. Lots of humidity and extreme heat index later today.